The Ogallala Summit goes back to 2018, and actually even a little bit before that, as we were developing the statewide vision for the future of water in Kansas. One of the things that we identified is that we can make all sorts of changes here in Kansas, but really it takes collective action across all the 8 states. And so the idea was born that we could bring all of those 8 states that rely on the aquifer together in one room, and we could talk about best practices, what's working, what's not, and really just learn from each other. So I think it's really important that every land grant institution that services those 8 states over the Ogallala has a hands-on role in assisting communities, assisting producers, and making decisions that help improve overall water management. So while it may not be K-State's role to create the policy or to develop the tools, it is our role to work hand in hand with the policymakers to help them understand and inform their decisions, help individuals translate the role of policy onto the ground, and then work hand in hand with those producers to help them make cropping decisions, agronomic decisions, technology decisions that just help incrementally. Everybody then plays a role in improved water management.
Ultimately, we can't think of the aquifer as just a big bathtub that we're just drawing water out of, because the geological landscape is, you have all these little nooks and crannies that hold different amounts of water, right? So we have to understand what is driving water use in a particular region and look for solutions for that region, because for some areas it's not going to be as dramatic a change. For other areas, they might have to have a dramatic change in the amount of water that they need to reduce in order to get to more sustainable water withdrawal. So what are going to be the forages that are really going to drive production? We have to look at different types of forages than what we are currently using. And so we have to look at low water use forages, and then we have to set up the feeding trials to make that happen. And so again, we've got breeders that are looking at millet, for example, as a low water use forage. We've got some interest to look at some triticale work and the forage that we're getting from that. And then obviously, again, we've got our irrigation engineer that goes out and does a lot of work on managing water in the system. The thing that I get concerned is that people think, well, the technology is going to save us. Well, the technology allows us to improve the efficiency.
We had soil moisture probes on the farm, and it saved us not only several inches of water, but it increased our profitability by $50 to $60 per acre. So when I do speak to my fellow producers and friends, I kind of give them the background from why I was so hesitant, but it kind of opened my eyes, and that it really did improve the farm, and gave you a sense of, when you're at home at night, should I be irrigating? And it kind of gave you that comfort zone, like, what, I don't need to be irrigating. Here's what my crop's using. I can see what's 3 foot in the ground, so there's no reason to turn that pivot on. We're always looking, how do we make improvements on what we've improved upon? This year we're connecting the farm through different devices and OpenET technology. OpenET technology is, I think, 15 Landsat satellites. They fly over about every 8 days. So we're connecting not only the pivots and the days we pump them, but also connecting that telemetry, the soil moisture probe, the ag prescriptions we're getting winter water with, and how does that connect with all this satellite? We're hopefully, we can even look at the longer term forecast, 30, 60, 90 days before we plant that crop with OpenET. Like, okay, do we have the best hybrid suited for that circle on the gallons per minute pumped? So we're working with all these different telemetry to make these agronomic decisions to make that a success.